If your doctor told you to walk every evening or to hit 10,000 steps a day, thinking it would rebuild your muscles, I need you to pause for a moment. Because here's the truth. Walking alone will not stop muscle loss. In fact, after 60, your body needs more than steps. It needs activation. That's why so many seniors walk daily, yet still feel weaker, slower, and less steady on their feet. It's not your fault. The advice is outdated. Your muscles don't grow from movement alone. They grow from challenge, from resistance, from sending a clear signal to your body. Build me stronger. Now, 2 simple home exercises can do exactly that. They require no gym, no equipment, not even a yoga mat. Just a wall and a chair. Before we start, tell me, where are you watching from and what time is it there? Drop a comment below. And if you enjoy learning new ways to stay strong, please like and subscribe. You don't need a gym, dumbbells, or fancy resistance bands to rebuild your strength. What your body truly needs is the right kind of movement. Simple, focused, and consistent. New EMG studies have shown that just 2 gentle home exercises can activate up to 90% of your muscles, even if you've been inactive for years. Imagine that. 90% of your body waking up again, remembering what strength used to feel like. Many older adults in America and India tell me they're tired of being told to just walk more. They walk every day, yet their legs still tremble, their arms still weaken, and their balance fades a little each month. It's not their fault. The problem isn't effort, it's direction. Walking keeps you moving, but it doesn't tell your muscles to grow. The good news is, rebuilding starts small. You just need a wall, a chair, and a bit of courage to begin. Let's start with the simpler one first. A movement once practiced by mountain farmers in northern China who stayed strong well into their 90s. Let us start. Exercise 1. Wall push-ups. Most people believe walking is enough to keep their muscles alive, but science says otherwise. Walking only engages your muscles lightly, about 20 to 30% of their true capacity. Just enough to move, but not enough to grow. It's like keeping your car engine idling but never driving up a hill. Your muscles, like your heart, need resistance to stay alive. Without that gentle challenge, the body stops producing the proteins that keep muscles dense and strong. Over time, they shrink. Your metabolism slows, and even climbing stairs begins to feel like lifting weights. That's where mechanical stress comes in, the kind of signal that tells your DNA it's time to rebuild. Your body listens to pressure. Every time a muscle contracts against resistance, it triggers a beautiful chain reaction called mechanotransduction. Think of it as your muscle whispering to your cells, "We need more protein. We need to get stronger." Without that conversation, no food, no supplement, no walk can reverse muscle loss. But when that signal is sent, your body wakes up again. And one of the simplest ways to send it is through a movement most people have forgotten: the wall push-up. Wall push-ups look gentle, but they're surprisingly powerful. They activate 60 to 70% of the upper body muscles, your chest, shoulders, triceps, and even your core. Unlike regular push-ups that can strain the wrists or shoulders, this version uses your body weight safely and evenly. You stand at arm's length from a wall, lean forward, and push your body back. A simple rhythm that invites your muscles to come back to life. For seniors, this single movement can be the difference between feeling fragile and feeling capable again. According to the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, 2021, researchers followed 150 adults between the ages of 65 and 85 who practiced wall push-ups 3 times a week for 12 weeks. The results stunned them. Participants gained an average of 31% more upper body strength and over 2 pounds of lean muscle mass, just from this easy home exercise. Lead researcher Dr. Patricia Hammond said, "We expected mild improvement, but what we saw was a reversal of muscle decline. The body, even at 80, still remembers how to rebuild itself when given the right cue." There's an old story from the Hunza Valley in northern China, one of the world's longest living communities. Generations ago, Farmers there discovered the wall push-up by accident. After hours of building stone terraces, they would rest against the walls to stretch their backs. One farmer noticed that pressing away from the wall again and again made him stronger. Over time, that movement became a daily ritual. Even today, Hunza elders in their 80s and 90s still practice it each morning before sunrise. Their arms are lean, their backs upright, and their grip steady. Proof that simplicity, done consistently, beats complexity, ignored. In India, you can see something similar among the elders of Kerala, who still practice Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation, at dawn. And in America, older adults who return to slow, mindful body weight exercises, not heavy gym routines, rediscover strength they thought was gone forever. It's not about muscle vanity, it's about freedom. The freedom to open a jar without help, to lift your groceries, to hug your grandchild without pain. So, how do you start? Stand about an arm's length away from a sturdy wall, feet shoulder-width apart. Place your palms flat on the wall at shoulder height, fingers pointing upward. Keep your body straight, from your head to your heels, and take a slow breath in. As you exhale, bend your elbows and let your body lean toward the wall, stopping just before your nose touches. Then push gently back until your arms are straight again. That's one repetition. Breathe in as you move closer. Breathe out as you push away. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions per set, 3 sets total, with a 1-minute rest between sets. For best results, do this 3 times per week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are perfect. When it feels too easy, simply take one small step back from the wall to increase the challenge. Never rush. Feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat steady. Each push sends that mechanical signal through your muscles, reminding them they still have purpose. You may feel a mild burn. That's your body waking up, not wearing out. Every push against the wall is, in truth, a push against time. Picture an older gentleman in Florida, beginning his day with sunlight streaming through the window, pressing against his living room wall with quiet determination. Imagine an elderly woman in Chennai doing the same, her sari gently swaying as she breathes through each movement. They are worlds apart, yet united by the same simple ritual, choosing strength over surrender. If you've ever looked at your hands and thought, I used to be stronger, remember this, you still can be. Age changes your schedule, not your potential. Tonight, before you go to bed, stand before a wall, place your palms gently against it, and begin. 10 slow, mindful push-ups. That's all. Your body will recognize what to do, because strength, once taught, is never truly forgotten. Try this tonight, and your arms will thank you tomorrow. Exercise 2. Chair squats. The movement of dignity. Your legs are not just for walking. They are your foundation, your freedom, your quiet independence. Yet for many older adults, both in America and India, that foundation begins to weaken silently. One small stumble becomes a warning sign. A simple chair starts to feel higher than it used to. You hesitate before climbing the stairs or stepping off the curb. The fear isn't just of falling, it's of losing control, of needing help to do what once came naturally. Walking, while healthy, only uses about a quarter of your leg's potential power. It keeps your blood moving, yes, but it barely wakes up your glutes, the largest and most powerful muscle group in your body. And when the glutes go dormant, everything else follows. Your posture suffers, your balance fades, and your steps become shorter and less confident. That's why rebuilding your leg strength isn't about vanity. It's about dignity. Strong legs mean independence, the ability to rise, to stand tall, to live without fear. Chair squats offer one of the safest and most effective ways to bring that strength back. This simple movement activates 75% of your thigh muscles, 80% of your glutes, and reawakens the supporting muscles in your calves and hamstrings. What makes it extraordinary is that it also triggers a surge in natural growth hormone and testosterone. Yes, even after 60 or 70. These are the same hormones that once helped you grow stronger in youth. By engaging your largest muscle groups, your body responds as if it's been reminded of its prime years. A 2022 study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health followed 200 adults aged 70 to 92 who practiced chair squats 4 times a week for 16 weeks. The findings were remarkable. On average, participants gained 3.7 pounds of lean leg muscle. Their sit-to-stand time improved by 43%, and their risk of falling was cut in half. The researchers noted something deeply human. As participants grew stronger, their confidence returned. Some who entered the study using walkers were able to walk unassisted within 10 weeks. Strength gave them not only balance, but courage. There's a beautiful story from the Bama region of southern China, a place known for its centenarians. Centuries ago, during a devastating flood, villagers had to repeatedly lower themselves onto raised wooden platforms to escape rising water, then stand again when the water receded. For days, they performed this simple sit-and-stand movement. When the flood finally passed, the elders noticed something astonishing. Their legs felt stronger than before, their knees less painful, their bodies lighter. Since then, platform breathing, a gentle form of squatting, became a daily ritual. Today, Bama's elders, some well into their 90s, still perform it each morning as the sun rises, their legs steady and their movements graceful. In India, you'll see something similar in the Ghats of Varanasi, where older men and women still sit cross-legged on the ground and rise with ease, a practice deeply rooted in culture and daily habit. And in America, older adults who relearn to squat, carefully, consistently, often describe it as a moment of rediscovery. One woman from Ohio told me, "The day I stood up from my chair without pushing on the armrest, I felt like I got a piece of my life back." So, how do you begin this movement of dignity? Find a strong, stable chair, not one with wheels and not too soft. Stand directly in front of it, with your feet shoulder-width apart, toes pointing slightly outward. Extend your arms in front of you for balance. Now imagine you're about to sit down, but in slow motion. Push your hips back first, letting your knees bend naturally, keeping them aligned with your toes. Lower yourself until your hips just brush the chair. Don't collapse into it. Pause for half a second, then press your heels firmly into the ground and rise again. Keep your chest lifted, your eyes forward, and your breath steady. Start with 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions, resting 90 seconds between sets. Aim to practice 4 times a week, perhaps Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Your leg muscles recover quickly, so regular training keeps the momentum alive. If the movement feels too hard, place a cushion on the chair to reduce depth. If it feels too easy, hold the squat a second longer at the bottom or clasp your hands together to engage your core. Avoid common mistakes. Don't let your knees cave inward, don't lean forward excessively, and never rush. The goal isn't speed, it's control. Each repetition is a reminder of your own capacity, a quiet conversation between you and your body saying, "We're still strong. We still remember." Chair squats aren't just an exercise, they're a practice of independence. Every time you rise from that chair, you rise a little higher above fear, above frailty, above the quiet limitations that aging tries to whisper into your mind. Picture a man in Florida, standing from his recliner with steady breath, or a grandmother in Mumbai, standing from her kitchen stool with pride. They are both reclaiming something priceless, the right to move freely, to live fully, to stand tall without apology. When you rise from that chair, you're not just lifting your body, you're lifting your spirit, your confidence, your life. Try it today. 10 gentle squats. Just you and a chair. Because every rise is a small rebellion against age itself. 3. Mistakes you must avoid. Protect your strength, protect your future. When it comes to rebuilding strength after 60, avoiding the wrong exercises is just as important as practicing the right ones. Many older adults, both in America and India, try to follow fitness routines they see online or remember from their younger years. Sit-ups, shoulder presses, and gym machines may seem harmless, but for the aging body, they can quietly accelerate joint damage, muscle strain, and long-term pain. What once worked in your 30s can work against you in your 70s. The goal now is to move wisely, not aggressively. Let's explore the 3 most common and dangerous mistakes that can prevent your body from truly recovering its strength. 1. Sit-ups and crunches, a hidden threat to the spine. Sit-ups are often promoted as the ultimate core exercise, but for seniors, they're one of the most harmful movements. Every time you curl your spine forward, you compress the delicate discs between your vertebrae. Those discs are softer and thinner with age, which means they can no longer absorb repetitive pressure. Over time, this constant strain causes small tears, inflammation, and chronic pain in the lower back and neck. Research published in several aging and physical therapy journals shows that nearly a quarter of older adults who perform traditional sit-ups experience back or neck pain severe enough to interrupt their daily activity. The movement doesn't strengthen functional muscles. It simply trains your spine to bend where it shouldn't. Strong abs don't come from bending forward. They come from stabilizing your midsection while keeping your posture neutral. A safer alternative is the seated core hold or wall plank. Sit tall on a chair, tighten your abdomen as if bracing for a gentle punch, and hold for 10 seconds while breathing slowly. This teaches your core to protect your spine instead of compressing it. Remember, if an exercise forces your neck to strain or your back to round, it's not helping. It's warning you. 2. Behind the neck shoulder press, a recipe for rotator cuff injury. Another popular but risky exercise is the behind-the-neck shoulder press. This movement forces your shoulder joints into extreme external rotation, a position that naturally narrows the space where important tendons pass through. When repeated, especially with weights, this friction wears down the rotator cuff, the set of small muscles that stabilize your shoulders. Aging tendons are less elastic and slower to recover. Forcing them into that backward position can cause inflammation, tendon tears, or long-term stiffness. Studies from orthopedic associations report that more than 30% of seniors who perform behind-the-neck presses develop shoulder pain or weakness within the first year of training. Instead, try front shoulder presses or wall push-ups. Both activate the same deltoid and tricep muscles without straining the shoulder joint. When performed slowly, they strengthen not just the surface muscles, but also the deeper stabilizers that help you lift, reach, and carry objects safely. The key is alignment. Elbows in front of the body, palms facing forward or slightly inward, and movements kept within a pain-free range. Your shoulders are not just for lifting weights. They're for daily independence. They allow you to reach for a shelf, dress yourself, and hug the people you love. Protect them by respecting their limits and focusing on smooth, pain-free motion. 3. Leg extension machines. Unnecessary stress for aging knees. The leg extension machine, common in most gyms, looks simple and safe. You sit, hook your feet under a padded bar, and extend your legs. But this movement places unnatural shearing force across the knee joint, pushing the kneecap against the thigh bone in a way that the body was never designed to handle. For younger adults, cartilage can handle this stress. For older knees, especially those with arthritis, it can cause grinding, swelling, and long-term joint damage. Medical studies show that high-load leg extensions increase compressive force on the anterior knee by up to 50% compared to natural standing movements. The result is irritation of the patellar tendon and faster wear of joint cartilage. A much better alternative is the chair squat or sit-to-stand exercise. These movements mimic what you do every day, standing from a chair using your hips, thighs, and glutes together. They build real-world strength without isolating or overloading the knee. To perform safely, keep your knees aligned with your toes, Shift your weight to your heels and move slowly through the motion. Your knees carry your years. Treat them with kindness. Choose exercises that build strength through balance and stability, not through machines that force your body into artificial movement patterns. These 3 exercises, sit-ups, behind-the-neck presses, and leg extensions, might look traditional, but for older adults, they're traps. They were designed for younger bodies with different recovery capacities. At this stage in life, safety and control create better results than intensity or speed. Muscles still grow after 60, but only when joints and tendons are protected. Always remember this principle. The goal of exercise isn't exhaustion, it's activation. You're not competing with your younger self. You're nurturing the body that carried you this far. Listen to discomfort, not as failure, but as information. Replace outdated routines with functional, low-impact movements that work with your body instead of against it. Simple, consistent practices like wall push-ups, chair squats, and gentle core bracing can rebuild muscle, stabilize joints, and restore confidence in movement. When you avoid the mistakes that break you down, you give your body the chance to build back stronger, safely, naturally, and for life. At any age, your strength is not gone. It's simply waiting for smarter motion to bring it back. As we grow older, strength isn't something we lose, it's something we forget to feed. Your body still knows how to rebuild itself. It just needs the right signals and the right fuel. Exercise is only 20% of the equation. The other 80% happens afterward, when your body repairs, recovers, and renews. Every wall push-up, every chair squat creates microscopic tears in your muscles, and those tiny tears are what make you stronger. But only if you give them amino acids and real nourishment to heal. Think of it like tending a garden. You've loosened the soil with movement. Now it's time to water and feed it with care. Without enough protein, even the best exercise routines fall short. With it, your body wakes up again, firm, balanced, and full of life. So tonight, eat with intention. Choose foods that serve your strength: lentils, yogurt, eggs, or a warm bowl of dal. Let your meals become your medicine. And if you'd like guidance, check the link below to download the complete plan, followed by thousands of seniors taking back their strength. May your mornings be strong, your evenings peaceful, and your heart always grateful. Namaste.